great, but the cards are fickle. You could wind up rich or without a nickel on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Good to see you. Welcome to Card Sharks. You're very kind. Thank you. Well, this poem is kind of prophetic about you could wind up rich or without a nickel because we had a little bit of both on our last show. I hope you were with us. We thank Bonnie McDonald of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for that opening poem. Now let's open the board and get to the cards. And to the team, if you will, start loading in the cards, and we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Our champion, Norma Brown. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Jim.
And again, our congratulations. Yes, I said about that poem being prophetic. At the beginning of our last show, somebody busted with the money cards. And at the end, Norma, for the first time ever, we say it often, with 7 cards up there, what can be done? Norma, in one shot at the money cards, $28,800. She got it all.
Fantastic.
Now, you were saying you wanted to win some money to fly back to Japan first class.
Oh, yes, or by the jet.
Oh,
Whichever one,
They buy your own.
Right.
You're a gutsy better. You got good cards, but you went with them.
Well, I had a hunch, so we better go.
Well, again, our congratulations. You're our formidable opponent for our challenger.
Thank you.
Who we're meeting for the first time, Hikmat Malkoon. Hi, Hikmat. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jim.
Why don't you tell us something about yourself?
Okay, Jim. My name is Hikmat Malkoon from Beirut, Lebanon. I like traveling. I've been around the world, and I'm a flight instructor, and flew a couple times around the country over the United States, and I'm so glad I'm here.
Good. How does it look from the air, Hikmat?
It's so beautiful. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, we're delighted to hear it. Nice to have you here with us. Good luck at the match.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. The players cut them before we go in the air. Norma, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. Hikmat, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. And Norma, the first question goes to you. We found 100 unmarried couples who are living together. And we asked the women, do you ever feel guilty about living out of wedlock? How many women said they do feel guilty?
I can't believe they're feeling guilty because if they love the man enough, there would be no guilt involved. So I would say the number's going to be a little bit more than the average. Let's go.
How many do feel guilty?
Do feel guilty. Let's go for a low number. Let's go for 16 feel guilty.
16 feel guilty out of 100.
I think Norma is right. I don't think women would feel guilty about that, and I would go a little lower.
Even lower than that?
Uh-huh.
If it is lower, you go to the board first, Hikmat. If not, it'll be Norma. And the actual number of women who feel guilty about living out of wedlock is 24, not lower. Norma.
Okay, let's go.
Still a fairly low number there, though. And Norma, you start off with an 8.
Okay, let's change that if we may.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it to a 5. A little better card.
Okay, let's go higher.
Higher than a 5. Yes, with a 10.
No hunches, let's freeze.
You're going to freeze.
Yes.
We move the freeze bar over. That keeps Hikmat away from his cards. And the question to you, Hikmat. We asked 100 men who are bodybuilders. Do you find muscular women sexy? How many bodybuilders said they do find muscular women sexy?
Well, this is a tough question. I don't think bodybuilders would like women. They are tough. I would go. How many?
How many said they do find muscular women sexy?
It would be a low number. Let's say 35.
35 find muscular women sexy.
No. Men like their women nice and firm, but not muscular. Let's go lower.
Even lower than that?
Yes.
The actual number of bodybuilders who find muscular women sexy is 42. It's not lower. Hikmat.
Great.
Well.
Great.
I guess if they're into that themselves. So, Hikmat, we'll start off with a
great card. Good.
Okay, queen.
Okay, I want to go lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes.
Great. Great. Let's go higher, please, Jim.
Higher than a 3. An 8.
Great.
Oh, wow.
Great. Let's go lower, Jim.
Lower than an 8.
Lower. Great. Great. Go higher.
The first game of the match, us to make a comeback right after we take time out for this.
Hallelujah. Card Sharks with Jim Perry is on twice a day. Card Sharks today at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern.
And we are back with the challenger leading 1-0. Same 2 decks of cards. Janice is dealing them out. I thank you. Norma?
Okay.
We asked 100 married men. When you first met your wife, were you in love with another woman? How many men said they were in love with another woman?
Oh, my, what do men consider love? That's going to be a hard question because a man doesn't look at it like a woman does. I think I'm going for a low number because I don't think men really fall in love quite that quickly. So let's say 27.
27 were in love with another woman. Hikmat?
Well, it's a tough question, but I think the number is going to be a little higher.
Higher than that.
A little higher.
The actual number of married men who were in love with another woman when they met their wife is 17, and it is not higher. Norma, you need this
Good
game,
card.
and you're starting with a big ace.
Okay, Jim. Lower.
Lower than an ace. Yes, a king.
Jim. Let's go lower.
Lower than a king. Oh, yes, a jack.
Oh.
Look at those high cards.
I would give you another heart attack on a jack, but let's go lower.
You like those jacks.
I love
He's going to
those
risk them
jacks.
all. Lower than a jack. Yes, with a queen.
All the way. It's higher.
Higher to tie
Higher.
up the match. And she did it with a queen. Just like that. My goodness. The 2 of you whizzing through. We'll set up for the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. Each player with 1 game and $100. And the question goes to you, Hikmat. We asked 100 window washers in New York City. Be honest, right now, are the windows in your home dirty? How many window washers said their windows were dirty?
Well, I think window washer is tired of cleaning windows, and he wouldn't clean his house windows. So I think that would be a little high number, about 63.
63 window washers had dirty windows at home, Norma.
But what about the window washers' wives? Don't they wash the windows? So I think the windows are going to be cleaner, so it's going to be lower.
Lower.
Yes.
The actual number of window washers who had dirty windows at home is 49. Lower, Norma. Yes, it's lower. Hikmat, you weren't going to give up on that one, were you?
I want it badly.
Your base card is a queen. Another base card.
Okay, Jim. Let's call it lower.
Lower than a queen. No!
Great.
And another base card came up with a break for Hikmat.
Good card.
You got a 10.
Okay, I want to go lower, Jim. Lower on it. Lower. 6. Okay. I want to go higher.
If this is higher, we have a new
Higher.
Card Sharks. No! It is not higher. Couldn't take advantage of it. We'll fill in the spaces. Question 2 to you, Norma.
Oh, no.
We asked 100 United States Marines. United States Marines. Do you know how to knit? How many Marines said they do?
Well, you know, my husband is stationed on a Marine base, and the Marines are pretty versatile people. But as far as knowing how to knit, most men do not. So I think the number is going to be pretty low. Let's say 21.
21 knew how to knit.
Jim, I want to go a little lower. I want to go a little lower.
Even lower than that.
Yeah.
The actual number of Marines who said they do know how to knit is 17. It's lower.
good.
Hikmat.
Great. Jim, please, I'd like to change the 10.
You won the question. You can change the 10 to a 2.
Great.
Okay,
I want to go higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. Yes.
Great. I want to go higher.
Again
Higher,
for the
Jim.
championship. Higher. No! And he failed again with that last card. Normal play off the queen.
let's go lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes, with a 9.
I've been showing a lot of face cards. Let's go lower.
She's trying for the win. Lower than a 9. And she did it for the 2. Norma wins again. Hikmat, those cards didn't like you in the tiebreaker.
That's too bad, but I'm so glad that I was here. Thank you very much,
Thank
Jim.
you. And of course, you've got $100 and some nice parties.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you, Hikmat. Hikmat Malkoon and Norma Brown with over $29,000, is going to have a chance to add to that total right after this.